you haven't had to take a flight over the past several weeks, consider yourself lucky. I just flew back from Chicago last night. I was delayed 6 hours at O'Hare International Airport, but I was one of the lucky ones who eventually made it home. O'Hare Airport was packed with people waiting for flights. LaGuardia Airport, where I landed, was full of unlucky passengers sleeping the night on benches. And it's not just the passengers who are frustrated. Take a listen to this pilot who vented yesterday on the intercom on a flight about the monster delays as all the planes were lined up on the tarmac, engines idling, waiting for the go-ahead to fly.
This is costing the airlines millions of dollars. And just think of 30 airplanes with one engine running. And it's going to take us at least 90 minutes to take off. So it's frustrating. It's really frustrating for me. Because right now it's going to cost about 2 hours of our lives on the ground before we even take off, spend all that gas, all that money, and it just rolls into the rest of this system.
Now, we just got word there is a ground stop at both LaGuardia and Newark Airport until 8 p.m. right now. As a part of the problem, as we've been reporting, is what the congressman was referring to, those staffing shortages, air traffic controllers who are working without pay and are set to miss another paycheck tomorrow. That uncertainty has been leading some of them to call out sick during the past 40 days. 20 to 40% of controllers have been absent every day at the 30 biggest airports during the shutdown. On top of that, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says up to 20 controllers are retiring every day, every single day. Well, enter President Trump. In a post on Truth Social today, Trump called on all air traffic controllers to return to work immediately, warning anyone who doesn't will have their pay substantially docked. Trump also posted today that he would reward air traffic controllers who were great patriots, he said, and didn't take any time off during the shutdown. He posted that they would each get a $10,000 bonus. So the big question now is if the government reopens this week, how quickly do things go back to normal? Let's ask Clint Henderson, managing editor of The Points Guy. He was on my flight last night. Clint!
What are the odds?
So nice to see you again.
2 nights in a row.
2 nights in a row. Yeah, that was quite a long wait we had.
But I think we were the lucky ones. I think almost every other flight to New York was canceled yesterday afternoon.
It was, and when you looked at the board, you could see that they were canceled afterward.
Bad, yeah.
And I did say a little prayer of gratitude once we landed, just because I was so grateful to be home. But these are amazing statistics. 250,000 passenger flights were delayed or canceled yesterday. 250,000. The CEO of American Airlines says this is simply unacceptable. Everyone deserves better.
Yeah, this is levels we haven't seen really since CrowdStrike, maybe, and that huge winter meltdown we had a couple years ago. So these are extraordinary times, and I don't think it's going to end quickly. Even though the government shutdown may be coming to an end, it's going to take a while to get workers back in place, to get everyone staffed up again. As you mentioned, we are already in a desperate shortage, especially here in the Northeast, for air traffic controllers. So this doesn't solve that problem either. So I do think there's going to be some issues going into Thanksgiving. I think you can still do your Thanksgiving travel. So I think at least we've sort of maybe, I'm not telling people to cancel their Thanksgiving anymore is basically what I'm telling you.
Which you were at some point.
Yes.
Before, if we didn't have a shutdown, reopen. If we still had the shutdown, you were saying best
don't do it.
And I'll be honest, after our experience yesterday at O'Hare, I don't want to get on an airplane anytime soon.
Train is looking very attractive.
Trains are looking very, very good right now, no matter how long they are. We haven't heard any word from the Trump administration. All these airlines are under orders to cancel flights.
Yeah.
At all these airports.
Which is ramping up all this week.
And it's ramping up all this week, peaking up right up until Friday. There's been no word, given the fact that they're about to reopen the government, that airports should... By the way, this is mandatory. The airlines don't have any say in the matter.
And they didn't have a lot of time to prepare for it either. So it's been sort of catch as catch can, which has added to the confusion a little bit, I think.
Why is the Trump administration doing this? They say it's safety, but...
So it's flow control is our new favorite words. So they want to limit the amount of flights coming into and out of airports so that the air traffic controllers are not under so much pressure to keep up with normal traffic. So they've actually been doing this for some time now at Newark. Remember, they scaled back flights because there were so many cancellations and delays. This is just taking it nationwide. So, but the idea is about safety. They're trying to make sure that those air traffic controllers can handle the amount of planes in the air. How much of it is helping or not, I don't know at this point. You know, obviously, it hasn't been helping for you and I's flight. It didn't help today. It didn't help yesterday. So we'll have to see how it plays out. But
nearly 18% of flights at Newark were canceled over the weekend. Nearly 15% of flights at LaGuardia and Atlanta, world's busiest airport, were canceled over the weekend. Is this because of air traffic control issues? Is this because of the Trump administration's order to cancel flights? Is it because of weather? I mean, is it a combination of the three? Those are very high numbers.
Those are very high numbers. And when you're talking about a fortress hub for Delta, like Atlanta, that messes
it's a cascading effect.
Completely messes up their schedule. They had a few thunderstorms day before yesterday go through Atlanta. It tore up the schedule and really through today. So anytime you add any wrinkle at all into this system, it just causes a domino effect. So, and when it's a hub, Newark is a hub, LaGuardia is a hub, it's just a disaster in the making.
Why does it take a couple of weeks for everything to come back to normal once the government reopens? Because especially since we're now 2 weeks from Thanksgiving, why is it that once we're expecting this to happen, maybe Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday of this week, why does it take 2 more weeks for everything to get back to normal?
It's a good question. I think part of it is, you know, you've got a lot of really angry workers who are maybe, you know, they're going to continue to have some absenteeism issues.
Okay.
And so, you know, I think it's going to take a while to get everyone back in the same lane, rowing the same direction, as it were. So it's not an instantaneous thing, and we don't. It's not over yet. We're ramping up to 10%. So.
Yeah, well, hopefully the Trump administration will lift this order to cancel all these flights.
I would assume that's coming in the next couple of days.
It was related to the shutdown, and if the shutdown no longer exists, the order to cancel flights shouldn't continue
that would be the
either.
logical assumption.
And by the way, just a pro tip I heard from one of the pilots in an announcement, if it's a hub, international flights will be the last to be canceled.
Yes.
In and out of hubs, second to the last to be canceled.
Yeah.
If you're on a connecting flight between
have a backup plan, rent a rental car in that hub city so you can have a backup plan in case your regional flight gets canceled.
All right.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.